Hey there, it's Patmos and nice of you to join me for a brand new video as we are going to do another starter guide. I would do starter guides for all the maps, and so far I've done the one for map 4 already, so we're gonna do another map. But I also got challenged to do a start and try and build 9 max garden houses as a start before the winter, so that's an extra challenge. And I'm going to do that challenge on map 6. And as you know, and I already did it, the most important thing, the single most important thing once you start this game is to pause it in time. Well, I did that. I have to say my mouse wheel is a bit wonky every now and then, so please forgive me for that. And here we have our starting map. We can see the border here. There's all the trees that we can use. We have a little island. We have to get to this side. We cannot start on that side, we cannot start on the island, we have to start on this side, so that is something, and that is exactly what we are going to do. We're going to start on this side. Now, normally I would place the camp pretty close to the forest. This time we're going to save a little bit of space there, so that we have room to build different houses wherever we want them. I think we're going to start somewhere off right here. Let's zoom in now. There's our little camp. We can see everybody is just chilling out, doing whatever they want to do. And now, of course, the setup starts. And the setup starts with maybe the forester, but we could also just see where we have space for a clay pit and where we have space for maybe a sand pit later on. I think I'm going to place the clay pit here, and then we can see if there's space for a sand pit as well. Well, that can just go right next to it, so that's nice. And now we can place the forester, and then we have started the basic industrial area that we need to get started with the game. So I'm going to place that right here. We're going to start with the forester, of course. And after that, we'll have to start getting some houses ready. Now, what I like to do is start off with that straight away. So we're going to build those houses. Let's see, how should we proceed? We could do it this way so that they face the main street, but I don't think that's fun. So we're going to make it face this way. Now, I hope it works if I just go like this. Yes. And this is the maximum width. This is the maximum length, depending on how you look at things, of course. And it's too long. Yep, there we go. And now we just have to find some sort of a middle ground. Yep, we can go further down here, as you can see. So let's go find a nice sweet spot. We'll place the house just right here so that they can garden all around it. And there we have our first house, maximum sized garden. Oh boy, I hope I can make this work. No guarantees though, but I think it should be possible if we do this all correctly. Oh wow, we can make it a little longer there. I'm going to try to keep it a bit straight, because otherwise the village will look so weird. I'm going to set up 4 houses now. And once we have done that, I will start to make sure that we unpause slowly. Now, another thing that is really important is to never go past speed 3. Or past speed 2. Speed 3 might go a bit wonky and things might not go precisely right. And you may end up speeding time up more than you're speeding the actual productions and people up. So you might run into a little error there, and then you might not get the houses done in time. Alright, we have 4 houses ready, so I'm going to unpause. We're gonna let all the builders go. We should still have 1 guy free, yes. And they will start to build these 3 things, and then we're gonna get to the housing. Now, of course, the sand pit's not that important, so we could just move that over a bit. But we have the first 4 houses planned. We still need more, so we're gonna plan more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we could do the others on this side. Then that means that we immediately get a nice big square in the middle where we can put things like the... let's go like this, where we can put things like the town hall, but also a big market or a park. So that could be interesting. This is quite far off from the forestry though, so this might not be the best spot to do it actually. But hey, let's take a little gamble. Let's see if we can actually do this. Feels like this could be slightly longer, yeah. Oh, not that much. Because of the terrain that's not completely leveled, as you can see right here, it seems pretty leveled, but it's not completely leveled. The distances are a bit different, so even though we're not fully committing to 100% of the maximum house gardens. We're trying to get as close as possible, but otherwise things might look a bit wonky like this, and I don't want that. I want things to be a bit straight, also for building purposes. So let's go like that. Now, of course, what you can do is leave an open space between the houses so that there's more traveling distance, or less traveling distance, because they can go in between. But we're gonna do the extra traveling distance. Who cares? Let's just try what we can make here. I think we can do a good job like this. So we're just gonna try it. There we go. And then let's go to speed 2 while we're at it, so that things will speed up even more. See, you can see we get quite crazy shapes with these gardens. So try to keep it a bit squared. But as you can see, we are pretty much maxing out the gardens, and that will result in us producing a lot of food as well for our town. And hopefully we can get 3 houses done before the house sowing ends. If not, well, we'll have to see what we do then. But I think this is going to work. And that will be great. We'll leave an opening here, by the way. So let's continue upward with the housing here. This is house number 9. So this should be the last one we're going to build for now, so that we just complete the can we build 9 houses with a max garden tutorial. There we go. All right, this is all 9 houses. Curious to see, we are at speed 2 now, so there we are. They're really building, everything is in. And what I want now is 4 guys in here. Now, of course, it's very tempting for me to just sit around, wait until everything is done, and then, hey, we did a nice start with 9 houses, but hey, that's not me. So we're going to continue. We need some other stuff in our town at some point too, so we are still going to continue and build those things that I think at some point we need in our town, like the smithy and the carpenter and things like that. I think it's always nice to really pretend like you're building an actual town. We can do the carpenter here, by the way, so that the main street is here, and then here we have the big square, and then here we get another street, a wider street, where we have some more industry. So this whole area, once the trees are gone, can be industries. We have the houses more on this side. I think that would be nice. Here comes the forestry. Please finish it in time. Come on. There we go. It's still the beginning of March, so that's good. All right, let's put in 4 workers. We have 1 available, so we have to get 3 out of the building business. That's done. And now they're waiting for a partner to go chop a tree together. Well, they already did, so that's good. There's number 3, and number 4 should be in soon too. And another thing that we're going to get is charcoal piles. Now, we're just going to build 1 right now. I want to get more later, but with the 1, and they should be creating some firewood soon, the ladies will get to work and start filling this up. And we already get our first charcoal pile burned and ready, so that as soon as we get to the smithy, that is done. It can start to produce. We have the iron already it needs. We just need it to have the last ingredients. And then right here we have the water area, and that is where we're going to need the thatchery. So here comes the thatchery. And then I think we've already set up the basic industries as well, as these guys are just well, we don't have wood anymore, but we have the other stuff that we need. So here they go. Just need a little bit more wood, clay incoming, then the thatch incoming, and then they can build this house. So that's pretty fast already. There's wood to spare here. They're all taking a rest, I guess. Yes, they are. Let's help them out taking a rest by building a few benches. Not along all the houses already, just these. Why am I doing just these? Well, if they go to a bench on the other side, like right here, that's a very long walk, and that's just a lot of wasted time. So all I'm going to do is build a few benches on these sides, so that they won't go too far if they want to relax a bit. So that's 4 benches. Or maybe we can do here too. And we can build benches on the other sides later on, of course. I mean, it's fine if they will rest there. But they want to go to their tent or their house, and then they want to go to a place close to rest. So the people that will live here are very likely to either go to these 2 benches or to these logs for some rest. So having it close will certainly help. As, oh, the first charcoal pile is getting burned. That's great, because that means that they will fill up the firewood now to 10,000, and after that they'll just be getting logs, which is amazing. Sawing logs for wood. 2 are getting a log and 1 is taking a rest. So that's good. This one's going to take a rest now too. Yep. So soon enough these 2 will be back and they can get back to work. First house is being built. It has all the resources. We just need a couple of builders in there. And then they should be able to hopefully finish this quickly. It's not the end of March yet, but it takes time to really finish this. Now there's a little thing I want to show you, and I'm going to show it to you by just placing this house here. Here we have the small garden house, or the normal, basically the standard garden house. And it requires 4,600 wood, 93 nails, 1,100 clay and 420 thatch. If we take the maximum sized house, you can see it actually costs 600 wood less. It costs 13 nails less. It costs a little bit of extra clay and a little bit of extra thatch. So it's basically cheaper. This house is almost the same as the regular house. So if you build a max garden house, there is no extra cost involved. The cost will vary a little bit because of the terrain and the type of house they're going to build in it, but that's it. So this house is just as expensive as that one, but this one will feed or will produce, once the gardens are fully functional, around 1,000 food with the whole garden. And as you know, an average adult that's poor requires somewhere around 80 food. A rich adult requires somewhere around 120. So the average is 100. So this garden can feed 10 people. This garden can only feed 1.5 or 2 people. So for the same price, you can get a big garden that feeds a lot more people. If we have the 9 houses up and all the gardens are producing, we produce enough food basically for around 90 people. And because of all the different gardens, we'll have a good food variety as well. So all we need then is a good granary and a marketplace to get everything around. And then we have food to get started for a very long time. I mean, it will take you up to 3, 4, 5 years to get up to 90 people. And if you build extra garden houses after that, you'll just be overproducing food, which you can also sell in the beginning. Some of that to different towns. You don't make a lot of money out of it, but sometimes making a little bit of money is already enough. All right, here they go. They're about to finish the first house. And these are really starting to stock up on logs and stuff. As soon as this hits the high point, we're going to get 2 guys out and put them into the building business, so that's going to be going a little quicker or faster, or whatever the right term is. Please enlighten me in the comments what the right term is. All right, and they're expecting another log, then they'll have 8. There are already resources delivered to this house, so that's very good. They can start to build straight off. And there goes the last thatch. And we have the first house done. Now, of course, family will have to start to move. So this guy's probably... Oh, he's now taking a rest. And then soon enough, moving the family belongings. So he is not working right now. But that's fine. I mean, I don't mind. He'll get back to work soon enough. We have 10 logs in here, so I'm going to take 2 out. They can now be builders again. Oh, are these all family members? They look kind of alike. Let's see. Yep, they're sowing in the gardens. That's great. That will provide us with so much food. And then from here on, we'll get the second house, hopefully. And if we can get that up close to the end of April or maybe the start of May, we're actually starting to gain a bit of time. And then we should have plenty of time to finish all the housing, even if there's a little bit more traveling distance involved. But we're going to find out. I think it's possible to build 9 houses with big gardens in the beginning, and you can really get a head start with that in terms of food production. This farm alone will already produce food that if we build a granary in the winter and market stalls, we can sell that food and have enough food in the market to attract immigrants. Of course, we will have to build extra housing then, and well, let's just place one for the benefit of that. So we're going to place a 10th house. Not a 10th house, but the 10th house. And then if we finish this somewhere in the winter, let's see, too long. Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle. But if we finish this at some point, we can get an extra family in here just because we're reselling the food from the produce that they make here. So that's really good, and I'm really looking forward to that. All right, we can see a guy bringing resources here already. That's very nice. We can now see 3 people starting to work on this house. That should be very good. And there's number 4. So what the peeps usually do is they go once they have done their work, they will go home first. And then they will take a rest. And as you saw with this guy, he went to his tent. Then he was taking a rest on the bench. And after the rest, he will go back straight to work. So that really saved us time this time, because he was sitting on this bench and he could just straight go to work. So that's awesome. You have to be a little bit lucky, of course, that he picks this bench and not another one. But hey, we got lucky, so that's good. And that's why I didn't place benches all the way here, because then he's going to his tent. He has to go all the way to the bench. Then the resting time will start. Once that is done, he will come back and get back to work. That takes a lot of travel time, and I don't want that. But now it is good. We now have somebody taking a rest here, and then he should be straight back to work, if it's not done already then. And it is not even the end of April. We're putting up the thatch now. I like this. This is going very quickly. If we build a house within a month, then we should have no problem finishing all the 9 houses in time. But these are all the close houses, close to where the resources are. The next ones will be quite further out, so we'll have to see. And of course now this family will has to move here, so that will take up some time of the man. Although I think he's taking a rest now, and then he will start to move his belongings. So he goes to his house, then he will start taking a rest. Working on the private garden, that's also good, and I guess that's also taking a rest. Now he probably sits on the bench, and now he's going to the construction site because he was done taking a rest already. Here comes the resources for the next one. These now have 14 logs in them, so these two are doing a good job, and they're taking a rest at the same time. I like that. Now you can already see the difference. This guy is sitting close to work, this guy is sitting further away from work. So once they both are rested, and they are now, you can see he is already at work again. He still has to go. His work time is now starting. So if it takes too long for this guy to reach him, he will get back to a resting period. But hey, now they're both going to chop a tree. They should be bringing it in, so that's nice. That should be more logs that we can use later on, so that's great. Chopping a tree, they're going to chop another tree. That's 2 more logs. I like it. At least I think it's 2 more logs. So we're very good with the resources. We don't have to worry about it. They start to build this house already, even though they're not all the ingredients that they need. But they can go on for a very long time with just wood, nails and work. And here they need the extra clay, so we have time to bring the extra clay. But I think most of them are either taking a rest or supplying resources. Yeah, we have 3 taking a rest. 1 is moving the family belongings. That's what he's going to do now, which is fine. Move your belongings in here. We have 2 gardens up in time to get us food, so that works. And now we'll just have to see if we can actually make it. I think this is a very good starting number though. We have 29 people, which means 18 adults. We have 11 kids in town already. Of course, that's all mouths to feed. But I've had games where I started off with like 23. And then you have only 6 kids in town or 5 kids in town. And I like it when we already have a couple more. I don't know. Yeah, this is just 1. This is 2. So then they don't have the really high ages. So we're still good with... we don't have to be concerned... Oh, this one is 8 months old. Look at that. That's a really young one. We don't have to be worried that the first houses will be occupied by people getting married. But it's nice to already have a couple of kids that will grow up in time. And of course, once we have a village that is like 20 years further... they will be really of age, and that will be amazing. So we'll have the extra people that can also replace some of the people that we have already. Although I don't see any elders, so that's good. I guess we don't start with any elders. It's just the youngsters, if you want to call everybody 40 and below youngsters. I'm not going to judge on those things. All right, here we are. All the resources are inbound, so I guess there comes the thatch, and then we're good. So they can finish this house too, hopefully before the end of May, and they can do some sewing. Let's just watch this house. There's just 1 guy working now. The rest is either taking a break, returning some stuff. That happens. And now because of the longer traveling distance, that's where the time starts to bite. So now you can see they're all taking a rest, but nobody is working simply because they all have to walk here and then take a rest and then finally walk back and go back to work. Now this guy is going to the construction site. He is going to work, but this is where you lose a lot of your time. And that's also what people forget sometimes. how much time you lose with travel. And I still get questions from people from, like, how can you make it to 9 houses in time? It's impossible. I can't do it. I followed your guide. I just placed the houses a little bit differently. And then basically, usually it comes down to the traveling distance. And of course, not pausing the game in the beginning, not having only 2 people in the forestry while you have a stacked resource, having the rest on building duty. All those things really matter. And don't run it at speed 3. Alright, here comes the house. They're putting in the last bits of wood and nail. And then a tiny bit of clay. Yes, for the chimney. And now it's just thatch on. And we start this game in March, then it's April, May, so we are not even fully 3 months into the game. We already got 3 houses, we have the forestry, we have the clay pit up. So I think we're gonna make it. June, July, August, September, October, November. We have 6 months to go, 6 houses to be built, but we can build them in less than a month, so that works. Here we can see they are sowing the rest of the gardens here. So now we have 3 houses with gardens that will produce a lot of food. I like it. These 2 fields should probably make the same, that's good. And they're now bringing the resources to the next building site. That's very nice. And here come the builders. They will probably start to go building. Oh wow, they're taking a little detour. They're not walking straight here. They're just going around like in a little bow so they can maintain their walking speed or something. I don't know why they're doing that. Does not appear to be the most short route, but it's fine. Alright, they're gonna lay the foundations now, as more and more of the resources should be inbound. I think they need a bit more wood soon. So hope, yeah, there's 2,000 incoming. That's good. But you have all the nails. They have a bit of... No, they don't have clay yet. So we really need that clay. Otherwise, they'll just go out and they'll go home again because they can't work. So please bring me some clay. That's wood. There comes the clay. Let's make sure it gets there. Yeah, it's in time. Oh, perfect. So now they're going to put the clay into the foundation here. And now they can continue. Ooh, we're lucky with that. Otherwise, they would have all gotten home to take their rest because, hey, there's no work to be done. So, oh, I'm happy with that. I still need resources, though. There's clay inbound. So, yeah, there's guys getting clay. But, oh, well. We also need some wood and thatch still. But it's fine. But here you can see with only the 3 carts, they're all just bringing clay now. And we need 2 more carts to actually pick up some clay. Some can get up some thatch. But hey, that's really a lot of work. And with the traveling distance also to it, it will take some time. So it could well be that this house takes a full month or even a little bit longer to build because it's so far away and of the traveling time. But hey, we can make that up with these houses again. So it should be okay. We'll just have to watch and see. As we also see the food growing here, this is good. Oh, it looks like these 2 are the same crop in the end. Oh well, that's fine by me. I don't mind. Ah, and they can continue to build now because of the clay and all the other stuff. They're going to need the clay right here. So let's continue. There's 1 builder. There is the rest of the clay incoming. Oh, oh, he's moving. He was still moving. Oh, he has not moved to his new house. That's nice that he did that now. He needed a cart for that though, so that's a problem. Because now we can't use the carts to deliver resources. So now the clay comes in. Then we still need a cart to get the wood and a cart to get the thatch. So that's interesting. Ah, somebody's going to pick up this cart and get some wood, I think. Or this one could also be the case. Yeah, they're going to get everything now. I hope these guys are doing that. Yeah, supplying resources. So probably this one should go get some of the wood. And this one should probably get the thatch or other way around. Yeah, they're going to get in here. They're going to get some thatch. Oh, they're both getting thatch. They can't take it all. There's the guy getting the wood. All right. Well, as long as we get everything to the building site, I'm a happy camper. Not that I enjoy camping, but this is good. Bring in the last resources. They did need the clay now, so that's good that they have everything now, so they can just continue to build. Although there's just one lonely guy building now. You can see there's 3 people running the carts all the time. That's half of the building crew. And then there's just 3 left. Well, 2 of them are already taking a rest, so there's just 1 guy building right now. So hopefully soon we'll get some extra hands in here. Finish this house. There's the extra hands coming, by the way. And then once it's done, we're going to get to this house, and that will be very nice. Because that's way shorter traveling distance, so that should go a little bit faster. We also have to take into account that any men that work in construction, which is basically almost every guy, like this one, when he wants to take a rest, he has to go all the way to his house, then go sit somewhere to take a rest, and then he has to go to his job. So right now, it could be more interesting to actually place a bench somewhere here, so that he can take a rest close to his house. We'll just do 1, so that they won't go that far, because that's not what I want. And let's just hope the people from here don't go all the way there to sit on a bench. But now he's sat on his bench, he's well rested, and he can go back to work. And that's a good thing. So now they can finish this house and then go to the next construction site, which will take him a longer walk, but for all the resources and stuff, it's closer to where they should be. So that is nice. The house is done. We have 4 houses before the end of June, which is the 4th month. So we're still right on schedule. Hopefully we can keep that up. And I know I'm talking a lot, and this is a little bit of a waiting game, because we just have to wait until all the houses are done. But yeah, we can't run speed 3 because it will mess things up, and then we might just end up not completing it. But look at the magnificent sizes here of these gardens and how everything is already growing. It's June and you can really see that things come up. It's not like that all of a sudden there's some full produce here. This is really like growing and slowly it comes up, and oh, I like this so much. I really enjoy this. All right, let's start working on the inner area here. I think we can just make one big long fence here, like this. And then on the outside, we're going to build the granary, because I don't want that inside there. So that will be the granary. And then inside, we will have like a little market area. We're not going to occupy the tents yet. But I think we should make like a nice looking market area where people can actually just get in and go get the goods that they need. So something like this. For starters. And then we can later on add some decorations and stuff. But at least we have a start now from what I would like. I think we should completely fence this off, because this should not be open right now. So like this, and then there can be some sort of an openings here, we'll see. But this is now the market area. Maybe we can make a park here and then put the town hall somewhere up here, so that you create like a very big area where people can get stuff and things like that. I think that would be nice. But, oh, we need the granary actually before we're going to get to the village house, because we don't need the extra house unless we are actually supplying some extra food. So let's get the granary first, so that it can start to buy up some produce and things like that. Alright, they're building this house now, and it has all the resources already. So that's really fast. It's also because it's pretty close, so I like that. And another interesting thing is, if you build close to things like the charcoal pits and the smithy, people will are more prone to get sick. But now you can already see how far away these 2 houses are from that. If you build small garden houses, you might just end up with like 6 or 8 houses very close to the charcoal pile. Here we have 2 houses relatively close, but that's it. And all the others are not, so that's great. And because we have so much wood and stuff, I think we can add another charcoal pile into the mix. So let's do that. So let's rotate it slightly. There we go. And now we can see all the ladies spring up, starting to get firewood for the for the place there. Now there's all work is done, nothing to do now. Now they have something to do because they can create some extra firewood again, which is a nice feature so that we can keep them busy. These guys will be working, and all the ladies are also doing their job. And I'm actually quite tempted to go for a third one, and I think I'm actually just going to do that. So then we are really prepared for the charcoal needs of the town, and that is something that I would really like. I also would like to place a fence here to fence the areas off a bit, and later on we're going to do some nice work with that, I think, and really work on beautifying a town like this, because that's one of the amazing things that we can do, beautify a town like this. This is now really the charcoal smithy area. But for now, we also need to just let things run and make sure that we get the houses done in time. Well, here comes the next one. We were done like 3/4 into June with the last house. So you can see it takes less than a month to actually build a house if it's placed a little bit strategically close to where all the resources and the workforce is. So that's nice. They should now head on to the next one. It already got a lot of resources in, so that should be working very well. What are you doing, sir? Where are you heading? Oh, taking a rest. Ah, he just walked to it and then thought, nah, I'm gonna take a rest first. That's what he's doing now. Same here. Supplying resources. Ah, okay, he's going to supply resources. That's good. That's okay. All right, these people moved, I guess, or they're taking. He's taking a rest. Let's check the tents. Yeah, he already moved. Okay. So that's done. They can now just go back to work. And they already started building the house. Oh, wow, that's fast. They just need a lot of 20 wood. We do need a lot of clay and thatch still. But that's fine. I don't mind. And we are now in the middle of summer. July. Getting house number 6 up. Then we just have 3 more to go. August, September and October. Then we should be done with all the housing. We can get the industries up. And then maybe around January, we can get the extra house up and start selling some goods. And we can have an extra family in town. And then, of course, it's up to what you want to do with your town. Where you want to go. I think an idea is, and I might just continue with this. For me, an idea is that I build a lot of big farms and garden houses on this side of the map. And that I will build a nice town with row houses and a lot of densely packed houses on this island. Because I think that'll be pretty nice. So that might be something that I'm gonna go for. And actually continue every now and then. And maybe later on I can show you what I've created with this little map. Or this could just be the start of a new series. Who knows? I'll have to think about that. But I think if we can work this out, if we can get the 9 garden houses in time, we are actually off to a nice start. And we could really make a nice village with this. So that might actually be a great idea to just continue this one once it's done. And turn it into a little Ostriv series. Alright, we're getting close to halfway point with this house. All the resources are there already. I like this. He's constructing. He's halfway through his work. He's going to the construction site. He's almost done with work. He's supplying resources to the next site. I like that. He is also doing that, and he is constructing the building. So there's 3 that will take a rest soon. This guy first. Yep, there he goes. Then this will take a rest, and he will take a rest. So soon there will just be 1 building. But we already have 2 people that have been supplying resources to the next building site, so they can already start there too. That is amazing. And this guy is now just the lonesome builder, but he'll be busy for a bit, and we can see that the one that took a rest first is doing that very well. He might soon go back already and change shift with the other lonely guy. That's now working. And then these will also start coming back soon, these 2. So that's nice. But yeah, you can see this one is pretty close taking a rest. This one is very far away. So he has to do a long walk before he can actually gets back to work. And those are all these little details that you have to factor in when building the 9 houses. Walking all the way from here to the building site, while the other 2 are now already busy. That's a big difference. And that's what makes that a house goes a bit slower than you might expect. Luckily, we have some time to spare now. I mean, even if we just skip the rest of this month for this house, we still have September, October and November to build the house. End of November we have to be ready, because as soon as the day switches to the 1st of December, then the family will leave instantly. But I think we have plenty of time to finish our houses. Alright, there we go. The last thatch spring is it up. There we are. Next house done. Alright, what are you doing? Going to the construction site. Alright, you go constructing. And yeah, this should be the construction site. First resources are in. They're already bringing in the rest. They're gonna need some clay pretty quickly as they start to build, so that might be something. So hopefully they are bringing in the clay. Oh, they're traveling all the way around here. That's interesting because there is a path here. Apparently they don't want to take that. I don't think there is actually... No, you can see it's there's an opening everywhere, so they can just get through. Alright, it's fine. All the nails are there, the wood's there, the first clay is there, so that they can actually continue all the way to past half building the house. So that should be fine. By that time all the resources should be there. I think they're a bit stupid though. They're going all the way around going to this, or is he going to the clay pit? If he's going to the clay pit, then it's... But he can still go right through there. Alright, let's try this. Let's see what happens now if they will actually go this way. Because if they... Once they make a path here, they will take that path. So that could be very good. Oh, they're still going around. Oh, wow. Why are they doing that? They should just be able to go through here. I guess they know that I'm trying to get to 9 houses in time and they want to make it a little bit more stressful. Maybe that's why they're doing that, I don't know. But it's interesting. Keep our eyes on it. As we can see with our lonesome builder, 3 are supplying resources, so there's just 3 that can do something. 2 are taking a rest now. So yeah, we still have 1 lonesome builder. But almost all the resources are there, so that's good. You can keep going at it. There's 1 that was taking a rest that should soon be coming. Yep, there he is. This one still needs to take a rest. We can see that he has to take a long walk to his resting point. First to his house. Yep, he eats and drinks something. Then he goes sit somewhere taking a rest. And then he should be inbound again. As we can see here. Yep, he's already halfway through his resting time. There's now 2 builders here. I like it. There's a bit of clay incoming, but that's it. 400, that's 2 carts. So there's 1 cart free, hopefully soon, to bring in either the wood or the clay or the rest of the thatch. Interesting. Where's the... Yeah, the cart's there. Alright, we'll have to see how they do. It should be fine. It's not even the end of August and we're already quite far with this house, so I'm already happy. But they should be bringing in the rest of the resources. This cart's just doing nothing. Getting a cart back, going to the construction site. I think they have to go to the construction site first and then they decide we have to pick up some goods and then they will start to pick up those goods. Which is still very inefficient, of course. So I don't really like that, but hey, it is what it is. There's 1 walking all the way around, going to the construction site. Then he's going to pick up a cart and get the rest of the goods. See, he's going to get the last wood. And from there on, we just need some thatch. And these guys just need to go to the construction site and actually start building. Oh, how inefficient is this? So that's why it can take a long time. Pathing and stuff can sometimes be just a little bit painful. But it should be okay. It should be okay. It's not like in Foundation where we can just tell them that this is a whole forbidden area so that they just have to take this little path. But I think they should be able to take that path actually. So maybe I'm just gonna go ahead and try some stuff because I really want to know if we can just put things off here in a way that they... so that they can't just get through and see what they do then. I think it would be really nice if we can just tell them to really take that shortcut. Oh, there's nothing here yet, so we have to do this then. Alright, now they have to really go back and then go around it. I don't think that's the short route, so either they will go like this, then there's an apparent issue with this route. Yeah, they're going down now. Interesting. Maybe we should close this off completely too. Where's he going? Where's he going? Yeah, he's still going around. It's crazy. So even though there is plenty of space in between here, they're just unwilling to take that route. Well, I'm not gonna slow them down any longer. At least it's nice to try things every now and then so that we know what we can do. They will always take their predetermined path. So he determined that he was going to take this route, so he does. And now he's just going to get back. And now he calculated a new route because we made the openings. And he's bringing wood here already so that they can start there. That's good. They have all the resources here. So this is very nice because they can finish this house. Now you can see with all the extra traveling time, it's now all of a sudden a quarter into September or maybe even a third already. And the house is still not done. So that's how it works and that's what it takes. Just because they have to go all the way around. Now luckily there's just this house then. And this is a house that's very close so they can build this very quickly. But sometimes there are still a little issues in the game and they're just simply not taking the best route here. As they should. Have to force them somehow. Just close this off completely, but I'm not going to do that because if in the worst case scenario, if I close this off and I close this off, they're just going to go all the way around here or all the way around here, or they can't even go because there's a glitch or something. And I don't want that risking finishing the 9 houses in time. I can do that later on once we have a running village and I can close off certain areas so that they will start to take this route and stuff. But right now, probably not the best idea to do. Alright, this is done. They should now be going to this nice little place and start to construct here. There's 3 of them taking a rest, I think. Yep. And one is actually... No, he's not taking a rest. Where are you? No, he's going home first. So all 3 of them need to take a rest. A full rest. So before they start doing that, that may take some time. Oh, he's already resting. That's good. Now, there could always be a glitch or something in the game, so don't forget that. Things might just go a little bit different than you might expect it. So, well, let's just hope we can get things organized and ready. They're bringing in resources. Very good, very good. The granary, yeah, that's all fine. Let's just hope that they can start constructing here quickly. We might really need that. Alright, there's the first dude, but he's gonna get some clay now. Once all the carts are in use, they can actually start to build. Yeah, he is now starting to build. Very good. Charcoal pits ready. This is all fine. So what you can actually do if you think, oh well, we have plenty of wood anyway for the next house, is you could just get an extra guy out. They can't chop a new tree, but one guy can still make wood and stuff. So you don't really need the extra guy in here right now. We can put him in once all the houses are done. So that's something you can play around with a bit. And now we have 1 extra builder. That can actually make a difference. If you have 6 builders or 7 builders, that extra pair of hands can actually do quite some good. So don't underestimate that. You really add extra hands into the game, and that can be very, very helpful. So, if you are a bit in doubt, you don't really know, am I gonna make it or not, just do it. I mean, we still have 2 months to go and 1.5 house to build, so I think we're gonna make it. But if you're not sure, and you should have done this a bit earlier, of course, if you're not sure, just go with the extra builder in there. It should be okay. Nothing to worry about. It will all be fine. And they're really busy building this house. The extra clay comes in that they're gonna need right here. Thatch we don't need yet. We need some extra wood though for the last little wood patches there. But, oh well, they're busy. They're busy. They're doing a good job. And we can see some routes forming already. That's interesting. I like that. It's just that I hope that we can still use the upper part that we have not done so far. Well, I'm confident that we're gonna make it, even though it's a bit harder now. This house should be done fairly quickly. And all we need now is the thatch. The rest is incoming. So every worker that goes to the house now, one of them should probably go get the thatch, but the rest will start to work on the actual construction. We're halfway there. It's October, so yeah, 2 months to go, 1.5 house to be built. Can we make it or not? And that's mainly due to this little area, because if they start using this, we'll be fine. But apparently they don't. Oh well, yep. There's clay incoming, there's more wood incoming. We should now have all the clay. There comes thatch. Very good. 2 guys building straight off. Going to the construction site, going to the construction site. So there's 2 building, but they'll soon go take a break. But there's 2 new guys coming in now that will now start to continue. Yep, he's going to supply the last thatch. That's good. Before his break. And there's now 2 constructing a building. Great, and 1 is going to the construction site, so he will also be working here soon. Oh, they're gonna reach the thatch soon. Yep, let's bring in the first batch of thatch, and then we should see the last batch incoming right there. And from there on we can finish it. There's no building resources supplied to the last house, but that's fine. That's just a short walk. And there we go. Everything's been brought in. All the guys are coming in. Some are leaving, some are coming in. There's 2 guys building now. And then we have about 1.5 months to go for 1 last house. And actually, if you just take a look from this perspective, zoomed out, you can see how much more traveling distance you actually have to do to get to all these houses and build them. So that means if you just build 9 small houses very close to your stuff, you should really have plenty of time to do that, because we can even go all the way like this and build everything. And hopefully in time. We still have 1.5 months to find out, but I think we're going to be in time. And yep, first resources will be inbound, which is just this or this. I mean, they pick the nails up from here, so get a cart, bring the nails, put it there. That's way shorter than grab a cart, pick the nails, walk all the way around, or pick the nails and walk all the way around to here. So this should go way faster. All right, the first bits of nails are there. You can see these boxes are the nails. There comes the first wood and a second batch of wood, so that's fast already. It's interesting though, because they can grab 1,000 wood on the cart, but only 400 thatch. Makes sense, because those thatch bundles, of course, are really thick, so you can't put on too many, I guess. But it's interesting. Let's see, village house is being built. There it comes. I just hope that all will be good soon. There's the foundation. Let's see. Yeah, most of the stuff is in already. That's very good. Just a bit of wood, clay, and thatch. Last clay is coming in. Once the carts are free, they can bring in the last bits of wood. And now we've built half a house in less than half a month, because it's so close to where all the resources are. That's the amazing difference. I love it. It's very interesting, this game, that all the little details they take into account that have to be factored in, that you have to make sure that you can deal with and stuff like that. He's going home, but he's probably living in one of these houses, yes. So that's why it's taking him quite a walk. Now, of course, the economics in this game will be different than when you build small houses, because these guys have to pay a decent land tax. So you have to take that into account once you start to set up your economy for a village like this. But that should all be fine, and that should not be anything to worry about. You can see this guy can just take a log and turn it into wood, so no worries there. And as soon as the constructions are done, we're going to get one guy out of construction and put him back into the forestry. So don't worry about that. All the resources are delivered. So everybody that is now available, and we can already see there's 2 guys going to the construction site. There's a third, so soon enough this house will be done. Plenty of time left. And we had to deal with this issue where they have to take the extra walk the extra mile. So even if you don't have that, it should have been easier and easier to build this. I have to say I like these nice big squares and they look really massive on the map. And oh, here we go. Well, it will be November before we build the last house, but it's fine. Build a thatchery to produce thatch for your houses because there's only a little bit of thatch left. We're going to build the thatchery first after this, so that maybe before winter they can actually grab a little bit of thatch, but I'm not sure. I don't know if they can actually do that in winter time. I think not, so could be interesting to have that in time so that we don't run completely out of thatch. Luckily, these buildings don't require any thatch, but the next house does, of course. And if we want to build that, we need that little bit of extra thatch. All right, there we go. It is now November. The last month has started, so we don't have a complete month left over. I was hoping we would, but that's due to the walking glitch that we have here. If we would have not had that, it would be fine. What I'm going to do now, though, is build an extra well somewhere here later on, so that we have some extra water supply out in that part of town. Maybe do one here too. And we're there. We have all 9 houses in time. It is the beginning of November. And yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, it was a bit hard, but not too bad. All right, let's get this guy out of here. Let's put him in here soon. And then we can really start to get some new stuff as well. Here we're going to get the thatchery. All resources are there, or at least collected, so they should just be brought in. This building should be built fairly quickly. This will also help put a few ladies to work. That means that those ladies will also start to make some money, which is good for the household, of course. Right now we have no influence over their income, so we should be a bit careful with that, because otherwise we'll just run out of money at some sort. But before that we will build the town hall and a trading post, of course, so that we can get going and do some nice work with that. All right, let's tell them, oh, come on, not to hire any men. And then put in 4 ladies that will start to get us some thatch before the winter. I like it. Immediately after that comes the smithy. It still needs a few resources, so they can't completely finish it yet, but they're quite fast with it. So we might even get this up before the end. So then before the start of winter, this is all that we've constructed. 9 houses, marketplaces and stuff, but you don't have to really build those. We have the forestry, the thatchery. We should be close to finishing the smithy in time. And with all of that done, you can see that you can actually do quite a lot with just the 9 houses that you start with, and you can get industries done before the winter. Now, I always like to get rid of this stuff. I know there's a lot of people that like to keep them and try to incorporate those into town. I don't. But hey, that's my thing. Now I'm really curious how they will get stuff here, because I guess they'll have to get in here, or they'll take the other side. I'm not sure, but I think they should just walk in here to get to this point, and maybe that will help them to actually start passing through here. Who knows? Oh wow, look at these bushes. They're really draining the ground. You can see that, and the ground around it. Oh well, it's fine, but it's just a thing that I notice. Alright, once this is done, we have to get 1 or 2 guys in here as well, so they'll lose another 2 builders. So from here on out, construction will go a little bit slower. I want the granary done first, by the way. But it's interesting, and before the winter starts, we also build ourselves a smithy. Really cool. Alright, these are bringing in the new logs that they could not bring in alone with 1 guy, but they can with 2, so they're doing that now. Smithy is ready. Let's put in 2 workers. Let's set this up to that laborers and stuff can also supply it. Let's get rid of 2 workers here, so we're now left with only 4 workers. But at least we get a smithy and we start to produce our own nails again. And we have produced some thatch. I like it. So we can use that for the next house. We do need... oh, we have 800 thatch right now. And we only need like 400 and something for a house. Let's see how much this house actually requires. 450. So we can build the extra house at some point. We just need a lot of wood for the granary. All the nails are there too. So that's a great feature, so that we can really start to buy some produce soon. As we take a look here, 763 carrots now. 585 horseradish. That's a good harvest. 370 carrots, 202 pumpkins, 455 garlic, and a lot of beetroot. That's actually more than 1,000 that these created. So there's a lot of food coming out of these gardens. 584 horseradish, 539 garlic. That's already over 1,000. And then 344 marrow. So boy, are we producing a lot of food. We can last with a town for a very, very, very long time if we want to. No problem with that, because we just have so much stuff. All right, here comes the granary. Just a little bit of wood required. And then they can finish that too, as winter is now really, really starting to approach. Our carts are wearing out, so we need to repair them. But hey, that's where the carpenter comes in. And then we'll build the extra house. And hopefully before the winter fully ends, we get the extra house and an extra family, and we have to start thinking about even more housing. Might just do a couple of smaller houses so that we can attract a bunch of extra families, or just continue with the big houses. That could also be very nice. It is like a big farming area, but everybody has their private farm and I just buy the goods from them. That's basically what it is then. It's nice and interesting. I like it. All right, let's just go on to the winter so that the winter actually really starts. And we'll see that nobody leaves and we have everything completely ready. I like it. November ends. December starts. There we should get some wintry scenery. Oh, it starts to snow. There we go. As the granary is being built. Alright, I think this is a nice view of this cute little town where we have built 9 houses with maximum sized gardens. We have the industries we need except the carpentry, but we can still get that. That's no problem. And I hope this shows you that you can build a very good starting village with plenty of food in it for a while, that you can just slowly start to expand now and build a city of your dreams. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave all your comments in the comment section. I will respond to them. And then, of course, I hope to see you in a brand new video. Thank you so much and bye-bye.